Jaden here from Mr. J's Adventures, and on today's adventure, me and Macy are heading to the mountains to talk about the gear that I use on my hunts and camping adventures. So let's go. Bad little spot, so I'll set everything up. So today I'm just doing like a review on all the stuff we use. I'll set up around here, it's nice and green, and we'll get some fire. We can get a fire going as well. Right, cut to getting fire going. So this is all my sleeping gear. So the ground sheet I use is just a Pathfinder ground sheet. It doesn't exactly fit the tent, but it's close enough. I've got the Black Wolf Mantis 1P tent, very durable and light. I've got my sleeping mat, which is a NATO sleeping mat. Folds up pretty small for what it is, and if you need to, you can just stick it like that in your bag, straight down, to make more room. And for a mattress, I just got the Cedar Summit Ultra Light. It's very durable. The actual case is what you use to blow it up. And for my sleeping bag, I've just got the Mountain Design Wilderness 200. It's only rated for 5 degrees, but I'll just sleep in my clothes if it gets too cold, and I'm a pretty warm sleeper. And for the tarp, I just got the DD Hemix tarp, 3 by 3 meters. Pretty light for what it is. I mean, you can get lighter, but for $88, you can't complain, to be honest. It doesn't come with any cords or anything, only for the corners. So just get yourself some paracord. So that's pretty much all my sleeping stuff. So for all my cooking gear, I've pretty much just got my jet boil. Everything's contained within it. So you've got your lid, you've got your measuring cup underneath. Always carry a lighter in there just in case. I've got the feet that go onto the actual fuel. There is a smaller canister you can put inside. And then it comes with the burner that goes underneath. And I just have the jet boil spoon here. It's pretty much all you really need. I usually just bring an extra cup. And then I've just got a standard water bladder, which is 2.5 litres. And then I've got my Grail purification bottle, which is good for about 300 uses per filter. So the filters are pretty good. They get rid of all the viruses, bacteria, heavy metals, stuff like that. So that's all my cooking gear and all my water supply. So we'll break down my hunting gear. So for my hunting gear, it's pretty simple. I've got 2 game bags from Hunter's Element. I've got their winter gloves for the colder months. I've got an eBay special for the poncho. And then I've got their Legacy gloves. So these are kind of like for your summer and coming into the little bit of a warmer months. And for the colder months, for pants, I've just got the Boulder Tauruses. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. You can pretty much just put these over your summer pants, or you can put them over your jeans or whatever if you want to be warmer, instead of paying extra for the base layers. And for the pants I wear normally, these are just the Spur pants. They're pretty good. They've got zips on the side, open up, let the air in there during summer. But I've worn these in the cold weather, and they still keep you pretty warm. So, yeah. And for a rain jacket, and for the colder months, I just wear the sleep jacket. But this is very warm, so you heat up pretty quick, even in the cold weather when you're walking. And for a t-shirt, usually I'll just wear any standard t-shirt underneath, and I'll put this over the top. They stopped selling this particular one. You still can get one that looks very similar, but this one, they don't sell anymore. The only difference with the new one is you don't have the part on your sleeve that goes over your fingers. This one's called the Advantage hoodie. I couldn't find it on the website, so I'm not too sure they're selling it anymore. But double check anyway, you might be able to find it on other stores. For the Bino harness, this one's called the Bino Defender. That's just this, doesn't come with the other pouches on the side. I'd recommend getting the large one, not just the medium, because I got the medium. My Bino is barely fit in there. And I've got on the side, I've got my rangefinder pouch, and then I've got Latitude GPS pouch. And sorry, this one's called Rangefinder Defender. So all I've got in this, I've just got a flex whistle for deer, and then I've just got wind direction powder. And when these get empty, you can just get non-scented talcum powder and just refill them. just for the GPS, I've got the Garmin InReach Explorer Plus, and it's got the SOS button on there in case you get lost. It's got a screen on there so you can see where you are, you can navigate back, you can add points, and it's fully detailed maps. And for the rangefinder, I've just got the Vortex. Can't remember what exactly model it is. It wasn't very much. It goes up to about 800 meters, I believe, but I'm never shooting deer over 200 anyway. And for my binos, I've just got the Vortex Crossfire HD, and it's just 10 by 42, and 10 times optical zoom, it's enough. Like, I'm not shooting over 200 meters anyway. And if I do scout and it's about 400 meters away, these are good enough to see that far. And that's pretty much my bino setup. For my gaiters, I've just got the basin gaiters. They don't come with the wires underneath, so make sure you get those if you buy the Hunter Element ones. Otherwise they slide up your legs. These aren't just good for snakes too, especially anyone that goes out hunting. You know about the blackberries, so these are great for those. They don't grip either when they grab you, so these are a must-have. And I've just got an eBay special bum pad. I think it was like 15 bucks, and you can't go wrong. As I'm sure you guys are aware, trying to put a seat on a hill is impossible, so unless you're on farm property. And then I just got the Hunter's Element ammo pouch, so I just carry 10 rounds in here, which is enough to go hunting with. And then I've just got my badger knife, which is very good. They're about 100 bucks, and they are worth it. It's got a gut hook on there as well. I always just put them in bags, because when you use them, they've got blood all over them. You can just put them back in the bag, and then all your gear doesn't stink out. I always carry a few knives with me. So the second knife I carry, a Primary Series Comrade, and this is from Hunter's Element. It's only a small knife, but it's very good. Keep a good sharp edge on it, as long as you sharpen them every time you use them. But I've had no problems with it. I just carry a few different knives with me just in case. And the other one I always carry on me. This one's just a Gerber Bear Grylls one. So this is a very good knife. I've had it for about probably 12 years. Comes with the flint. Comes with a sharpener at the back of it here. So all this comes apart. And you've got the sharpener on the back. It's got the little notch there for the flint. I think these go for about 70 bucks. So if it's lasted 12 years, it's definitely worth the money. Also on the back, it's got all the communications of what you need to do if you're signaling aircraft, if you get lost. So for the rifle, I've just got a Sauer 100 Classic. I've got a loopholed mount on there, Picatinny rail. It's chambered in 30-06, and I've just got a loopholed Leopold, however you want to pronounce it. It's a VXR 2x9 optical zoom by 33, and that's pretty much enough. Like, you don't need a massive scope on your gun. You're not shooting that far when you get deer. Most shots are within 50 meters. 30-06, I moved up to that just because it's got more knocking down power. Before that I had my Marlin 336 BL chambered in 30-30, and I've taken a lot of deer with that gun. But I moved up to this. The Marlin, the wooden stock froze it out all the time. The shots weren't as accurate as I was wanting. If it gets cold, if it gets warm, that stock on there expands and retracts, and it always knocks out the rifle. So I moved up to a synthetic stock, free floating barrel, and got a bigger caliber. The only thing I don't like about this one is the safety on the side here. It easily gets knocked off when you're walking through the bush. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. The action is butter smooth, and I've just put a cheap, well, it's not really cheap, it was like 100 bucks. I just put a leather sling on it, and that's pretty much it. That's the rifle I'm running these days. For my personal gear, I just got the Cedar Summit micro towel, which is great if you need to wipe down yourself, because if you're out the bush for a couple of days, you bloody stink. I bring toilet paper. I also sometimes bring non-scented baby wipes, just to wipe yourself down with. I bring the Bushman's insect repellent, which is pretty good. They come in little small tubes, so this works pretty good. But like you know, bugs will bite you where you don't put it. And then I've just got a toothbrush with some floss, and that's pretty much that. I'll bring a little sewing kit as well. This is a military little sewing kit, and that's pretty much all your hygiene gear that you need. And then I've just got my cables, spare batteries. I've got a battery bank, 40,000 amp hours, which is way more than enough. So for my walking sticks, I've just got the MacPack A3 Trekkers. They're aluminium, they're pretty light too. They're 70 bucks. I mean, you can't complain. You can use these to put up your tarp as well. Also just bring the headlamp from Steadies. It just takes AAA batteries. So I bring extra batteries, and I've had this for like years and it still chugs along. It's bright enough for what you want to do. But that's just from Steady. Little headlamp. I think it was like 60 bucks, if that. I bring a tourniquet just in case. And I just got my basic first aid kit with my snake bandage and all your normal stuff. I've got my scissors, eye wash, yeah, just all your basic stuff. Just got spare batteries for the GoPro, glass wipers. So for my backpack, just before I get into that, I've got these little lights on there which you've probably seen me use. So these are from Olight, and they're called, I think it's called GoBur, is how you pronounce it, I think. These last for days with like one charge. So I put these on my bag, and I got one on the back as well. And they're just backups for backups, pretty much. I've been shot at once in the bush, and that was enough. So you kind of want to be seen. So that's why I wear the blaze orange. I have the lights on during low light when I'm walking back to the car. This is my backpack I use from now on. It's just my go-to one. So this is the, I think you pronounce it arate meat hauler frame. So this whole bag comes away, and with your game bags, you can shove all the meat in here. So all these straps come loose, and the bag moves away from the frame, and you can tuck all your meat in there, which saves your back. So the bag I got on here is the Arate 75 litre bag. It's pretty good. It comes with a lot of different pockets. It says on there that it's actually water bladder compatible, but it's not. So you'll have to buy a little clip for the front that hooks up to your water bladder, or the bit that you suck out of, I guess. You can get these on eBay. They're probably about 50 cents, and they just attach right on there, or wherever I want to put it. I usually just shove the bladder on top here. It's just easier. So it's got all your basic straps to strap everything down. It's got a large pocket here. So if you've got your scope and tripod, you can shove that in there and then easily take it back out. Otherwise, you can break it apart and put your spotting scope in here, and then you can put your tripod or bipod, whatever you use, in there. I mean, there's not much really to a bag. It has all the knickknacks. The whole front completely opens, so it's easier to tuck all your gear in. So the bag also has a place for your rifle. You can just shove down here, and then it's got a little bit underneath. It comes out that the barrel actually comes down to, and that all just tucks back up out of the way if you're not using it. The Arate frame is pretty good. I would say it's one of the most comfortable ones I've worn. Like you guys probably know, you get a lot of pressure on your shoulders, so you want it all on your hips. It does adjust. The whole bottom part moves down and up. For shorter people like myself, I've got it all the way up. It's a great frame. You do pay a premium for it, but the frame is pretty good. This is just an attachment for your rifle sling. When you're walking, the rifle always slides off your shoulder. So this just grabs onto the sling so it doesn't slide off. And for like 10 bucks, you can't go wrong. You can buy like fancy ones, but just buy one off eBay. They last a long time. I think it was like $10. so cheap as chips. And I've just got bluntstone boots, and these last forever. So the only thing with bluntstones, you just got to replace the soles because they're the only thing that really wears out. But I've had these for like 3 years and they're still chugging along. You can buy like proper hunting boots, which I do have, but I find these are just a lot better. I think these were like $300 or $280, and yeah, lasted 3 years, so you can't complain. So I forgot to add too, for fire starters, I just bring cotton balls, which you've probably seen in other videos, and they're just cotton balls that are covered in Vaseline. So that's what I use for fire starters always. And I always bring the camel pack from Hunter's Element, and I just transfer the water bladder into here, my first aid kit. I bring the jumper and attach it with these clips, and I can fit everything in here. And I'll put the lights on here. I'll put the ammo pouch on the back here. And this is just great because when you shoot, when you've got a full pack like this on, even though it's a meat hauler, you can always shoot the deer and then come back. But it's too hard to pull the rifle up because of the padding on the actual frame. The rifle sits too far out. So when you got this, padding's a lot slimmer and it's just a lot easier to pull the rifle up. But anyway, let's get going. So let's go home, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Thanks for coming along on this adventure with me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.